Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, friends. If your shoes have gotten too tight and you've forgotten how to dance, you've come to the right place. Because today we're watching Babylon 5, Season 1, Episode 11, Survivors. This show has been nothing short of spectacular, and I cannot wait to see where it goes, so wait no longer, we shall. If you could do me a quick favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel, and it allows me to alert you next time it's time to go live. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. Not a fan of Patreon. Stick with us here on YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes about a day early, plus any bonus episodes we come up with. But my dear friends, all that is then. This is now, and now it's time to once again inhale that new star smell as we watch Babylon 5, Season 1, Episode 11, Survivors. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go. Wow, right into it, man. Every time right into it.
President Luis Santiago continues his journey to Babylon 5. While the president is scheduled to present a new fighter wing to the station, many believe his real reason for the visit is to build support for his new alien immigration and trade agreements.
Oh, shit. Oh, boy, that's big news. Alien Immigration Act?
Now we have to renovate Cobra bays that haven't been maintained in all that time.
With untrained crews at a quarter of the time that they should have for a job this big at our expense. What is something about this surprise you, Mr. Garibaldi?
I was going to say it's government, man. I mean, that's the most I've seen Susan smile at Mike ever. Oh, awesome shot. Man, the CG for it.
What the hell? Cobra Bay 12 explosion!
What?
Communication still functions.
Oh my God.
Holy shit. Wow. We're starting with a proverbial bang.
Home away from home for diplomats, hustlers, entrepreneurs.
I think about this show all the time.
All alone in the night.
All alone in the night is such a great line.
The year is 2258. The name of the place is
Babylon 5. Chills every time. Now I get chills. Oh, I am addicted. I am addicted hard, friends. I love that all of the assistants are getting credits now. I love that. That's a great sign for them to be mainstays and characters. So I love that.
Present condition, any procedure I might use to rouse him would kill him.
Could be a wildfire anti-proton reaction. The crew was using heavy cutters.
That would be consistent with the injuries.
Really?
I never rule out sabotage, but those crews are inexperienced and they've been working round the clock.
President's coming?
Commander, Major Liana Kemmer of the President's security staff has arrived. She requests an immediate briefing on the Bay explosion.
Liana.
Uh-oh, Mike. You know her? That could go either way for us with Mike. Look at that alien. That's incredible.
Her dad was a friend. She was a real sweet kid.
Really? You knew her as a child, eh?
Liana?
Michael.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Garibaldi is heading the investigation. I'm sure he'll be happy to fill you in.
With all due respect, I'd prefer my own team handle this.
Yikes.
I have the authority to take over this investigation with or without your permission. I would much rather my report reflected full cooperation on your part.
Oh, Mike, what happened, buddy?
Garibaldi!
Great set shot, by the way.
You and this major.
It's personal.
Not when it affects this.
Right, dude.
But the entire non-delegation has been seated next to the Vree. An intolerable situation. Have you ever seen them eat?
I love Jakar.
Hey, pal, keep an eye on your credits.
Yes, sir.
Third time this month I caught you pulling his crap to Ghoul.
What is it with you?
Aggression. Yeah, Mike's pissed.
You think I have nothing better to do than to bust you every few days? Well, do you?
Excuse me.
Wow.
Shut up. What the hell it is? Get out.
My favorite acting from O'Hare right there. Did you see him reel back that crazy? Like he was manic and he reeled it back. Oh, I love that. It's like he was right there.
17 years ago, I was working security for the ice mining operation on Europa. A real cesspool.
It's awesome.
Ever try and uphold the law when nobody cares?
Jeff's like every day.
Then I met Frank Kemmer. He was a shuttle pilot on a Jovian moon run. A real decent guy. That's when I first met Liana. Uncle Mike, she used to call me. Word came down they were going to try and take me out. I thought I could handle it. I was wrong. Instead of coming at me head on, they rigged a shuttle pad.
Oh, they killed Kemmer.
Frank was bringing in the last run of the day. Just as he touched down, it blew.
Jesus.
Liana didn't even cry. She just died inside. And you? I crawled back into the bottle.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Commander, it's Dr. Franklin. I need you in med lab immediately.
Jeff's like, it's going to be one of those days.
You have no right to do this. That man is my patient. He's in critical condition, and I have to get to him.
I take my orders from Major Kemmer.
So she's going to wake him up and kill him. He said you can't rouse him. Oh, for God's sakes.
Get out of my way, or by God, I'll shove you out the nearest airlock.
I can see in your eyes that you are not bullshitting, said that guy.
Are you out of your mind? Stop this at once.
No. That accident was deliberate, Commander, and this man knows who's responsible.
He's going to die right now.
Who planted the bomb?
It was Garibaldi.
Fucking what?
And our initial scans show no trace of a bomb.
The explosion of the plasma driver might have covered it.
Or maybe you didn't want to find it.
Yeah, this is bullshit.
All you have at the moment is a name spoken by a dying man, a man whose death you caused.
The medical log stated death was certain.
Death is certain for everybody.
In light of the President's arrival, I will assume command of security in his place.
Oh, give me a break, will you?
All right, Kemmer, I tell you what. I'll suspend him. You get to tell the guy's parents how he died, or his family how he died.
Don't do this, Jeff.
He has to, dude. This is absolutely nothing personal. He has to do this. Yeah, but I'd tell her, okay, then you get to tell this guy's family that you killed him, and you can relive that from the other side of everything.
Liana, let's cut through all this. We need to talk.
I don't think so.
Wait a minute.
No. Chief, don't.
Cutter.
This won't help.
Go find out what the scanning team has turned up.
Next time, Garibaldi.
Oh, get fucked, man.
But I would never have let your father die to save myself. You've got to believe that.
I might.
She does. She's just pissed.
And Chang found schematics of the Cobra Bay. And these, hidden in his quarters.
When did they start paying Earth Force security chiefs and Centauri ducats?
Centauri?
If I were guilty, why would I leave the evidence in my own quarters?
Maybe you just made another mistake, just like you did 17 years ago. Mr. Cutter, take Mr. Garibaldi into custody. The charge is conspiracy to commit sabotage.
Oh, to the nuts.
Cancel that alert.
You can't do that, Commander. I have hard evidence that Garibaldi is part of this sabotage. I want him in custody before the President arrives.
She's the most unlikable character we've met yet.
Lieutenant Commander Ivanova, escort Major Kemmer off the observation dome.
With pleasure.
Get... Oh, I love that.
You are going to resist, I hope.
It'll buy me a little time.
To do what?
Find Garibaldi before Kemmer and her hounds do.
Susan, your job is to clear him.
Commence level 6 maintenance check on all off-station communications channels.
Lieutenant Commander, that will tie up communications for hours.
That means you will not be able to call. Good episode so far. Really good episode. It's like the last person you want to talk to.
Mr. Garibaldi,
Try not to draw any attention.
you're out of uniform. Very dapper.
They planted a schematic of the bay and a pouch of Centauri ducats in my quarters.
Centauri?
Yeah, they're involving you too, dude.
Think that I would do such a thing to you, my good and dear friend?
In a minute.
You're right. Though I may have an idea who did.
I demand you open a channel to Earth at once.
I'm a lieutenant commander in Earth Force, Major. I do not take demands. If you have a request, I'll consider it.
I request that you open a channel to Earth Dome.
Request denied.
Susan! Oh my God. Beautiful. Beautifully played.
No surprise, according to our files, they're about his only friends. Them and the Centauri ambassador.
He and Londo?
Getting into the ambassadorial wing
requires high-level clearance, which I believe you no longer have.
I can handle that. If you could float me alone.
You really want to have Centauri ducats on you?
That should buy you whatever you need.
You're being awfully generous. Any particular reason?
You're a very suspicious man, Garable.
But he knows him.
We are both, as you say, the odd man out.
Interesting.
And it would give me some small pleasure to know that things can work out, even for us.
Just little peeks into these characters.
If they catch you, I will deny ever seeing you. Good luck.
He's all right to a point.
Yes, and you'll need good luck.
And all of these characters are so intriguing. No one is how they appear. Oh my God. Oh, I get chills this whole episode. It's so good.
In here, Mr. Garibaldi.
You knew he was coming?
Oh, don't worry. I fear the monitors are malfunctioning at the moment. I also took the liberty of mentioning to the guard that I thought I'd seen you in the next level.
But you can tell me how you knew I was coming.
Well, you've been talking to Molari. It was inevitable he would send you to me. Every Centauri ducat that Molari's people contributed to the non-government has been accounted for. You're welcome to check the accounts personally if you like.
I'll take your word for it.
Wow. What do you have, Jakar?
I didn't know you cared.
Personally, I don't. But I have always had the greatest respect for your talents.
The devil you know.
You want me to betray my own world?
Stop seeing things in such absolute terms.
What do they want?
Energy, matter, and enlightened self-interest.
Great line.
No deal.
As you wish, though you are, of course, being a fool. Without your position, this station is not safe for you. You have made many enemies.
Enemies. Damn, Mike.
Proceed through Central Docking Hub. Your ships will be routed to Cobra Arm 3, where they'll be permanently stationed following the flyby.
Oh no, we're gonna have another explosion? That seemed like a setup for another explosion.
I fix nothing. I do business. Legitimate business.
You don't trust me, do you?
Why should I trust you, right? Jesus. I don't know if these guns have like a stun setting. It certainly doesn't look like it. Or I should say like a non-lethal setting. Because I mean, they're plasma discharges, right? I'm not sure how you make one of those non-lethal, but... I mean, Mike's got to know this station pretty well. Oh my God, perfect timing. This guy's name is Tagul. The spark was awesome. They must have that sumbitch hooked up to a battery. Holy sh... Mike, this is not good. Go down swinging, man. Oh my God, I want to see Jeff fight. Oh my God. That punch, Jeff is like a piston.
I'm not going anywhere till I find out who framed me.
Michael, you can't do it alone.
If I have to, I'll die trying.
Oh, you're going to.
Sinclair.
Commander, you have a gold priority transmission from General Netter.
General Netter? This is going to be... We're giving Kemmer the full command. It's a really good episode. Doyle doing some stunt work in this one.
Approaching vortex generator. Prepare for jump.
So this is Santiago, right?
From here on in, you and your staff are to give Major Kimmer full cooperation. Is that understood?
Sure.
The only difference is I haven't already judged him.
I resent your implication.
That's your privilege. But the fact is, Garibaldi is as loyal as you are. And if you weren't so twisted up inside about what happened to your father, you'd realize that. It's not justice you're after, Major.
It's revenge.
It's blood.
Yeah.
And we found out he's been paying for things with Centauri ducats.
Apparently what we found in his quarters was only part of his payoff.
Yeah, getting the money from Londo is not a great idea. Mike, I'm not sure this is where you should be. Are we gonna play a game? Playing some cards? He's like, I didn't even like that hat.
Thanks, pal.
The want hat? Take bottle. Huh?
They do such a good job with the aliens. I mean, definitely probably my favorite like series or property for aliens. Just incredibly well done. Mike, this isn't gonna help the situation. It's a cool shot glass though. It only goes down halfway. Damn, Mike. Damn, damn, damn. So I get to add problem with alcohol to your file I have. Oh my God.
Whoa.
Oh, they got you now, Mike.
Well, boys and girls, it's been a slice. I'll see you around.
Yeah, dude, they're waiting for you to come out.
Drunk again, Uncle Mike?
Thought it would.
Drunk again, Uncle Mike? Uncle Mike? Uncle Mike?
Whew.
Uncle Mike?
You don't look so good, Garibaldi.
Neither do your nuts.
They're getting ready to launch the new fighters. I think I should check the bays one more time.
Do it.
I've got evil to perform. What's the
Welcome
benefit
to
of...
Babylon 5, Mr. President.
Here we go.
You're cleared for immediate docking.
Here we go.
You never change, do you, Michael?
I thought I had.
What do they get by getting Mike out of the way?
Commander Sinclair ordered me to search Nolan's quarters. I found these.
Vibration detonator.
And the pamphlets? They're home guard stuff.
Yep, there we go.
Are you saying Nolan was killed by a bomb he planted himself?
Exactly. He didn't know they'd be using a plasma driver in the bay. He created just enough vibration to trigger the bomb prematurely.
Kill the president?
They say the president's gonna announce free alien immigration and trade policies. That would stick in Home Guard's craw.
Make sure all our people are in place and tell General Netter everything is A-OK.
You're not sure about that, though.
Until we figure this out.
Yeah, you're not sure. You're not sure everything's A-OK.
Cutter, have you checked the bays yet?
Affirmative. They're clean.
I don't trust that guy either.
Nobody knew Nolan had named you except you, me, Dr. Franklin, and Commander Sinclair.
And Cutter.
Yep.
It couldn't hurt to scan those bays yourself. You're head of presidential security. Shouldn't you make a personal inspection just to be sure?
Presidential shuttle launched.
Wave off. Everybody wave off here. We got it. Nothing is secure. I was under the impression that Santiago's for isolationist and like human advancement. It sounds like opening a trade policy. It sounds like it was going to be a more permissive alien immigration policy.
You'll have to hurry. The fighters are about to launch.
Watch him.
My pleasure.
Yep. He's going to frame you, Mike.
You can't pull this off.
Oh, yes I can.
What a colossal fuck up, Cutter.
Minus 30, 29, 28.
Mike's drunk and beat up.
20.
Come on, Mike.
18.
Wreck this fucker.
16.
There you go.
5.
Abort the drop! Where are you?
3.
Just do it! Freeze count!
Holding at T minus 1.
Jesus. Jesus.
Outside of numerous bruises and abrasions and a blood level that's close to 100 proof.
How you feeling?
Like I just made love to a meteor shower.
Seems someone on Earth deposited 100,000 credits into an account in his name an hour after Nolan named you. He withdrew it here and...
Centauri ducats, which he planted in my quarters. I blew it, Jeff.
How?
When things get too rough, I crawl right back into the damn bottle. What really scares me is how much I enjoyed it.
But you crawled back out again and did the job.
That's right, man.
Promise me something. You won't try and fight the battle alone.
Yeah, man, you got Jeff.
More trouble than a toilet full of snakes, but I couldn't run this station without you. And I think you might want these.
Man, I'm starting to really like Jeff.
Thanks.
He's your friend, man. He's your commanding officer, but he's your friend, dude.
President Santiago concluded his address by inviting all alien governments to work more closely with Earth, a position certain to cause much controversy in the weeks to come.
Really?
Everything going all right with the president's visit?
Yes, thanks to you. And thanks for that report of yours. It was very...
Yeah, favorable?
I screwed up, Michael. I'm sorry.
Nothing to be sorry about.
I just died, and almost.
17 years ago, we both died inside. But somehow we survived.
We've got to get set up for the president's next stop.
We don't meet the president? Shit.
I'll see you the next time the president visits. He's fond of Babylon 5, you know.
And make sure nothing happens to him.
Nah. Boy, a lot of hinting in this one about, you know, the Santiago political stuff is really interesting. I had a wrong interpretation of that. Really cool episode. All these episodes are cool. I mean, what am I saying? Really cool episode like this is the only one that's ever been cool. They've all been awesome. All right, everybody, we just finished watching Survivors, the 11th episode of the first season of Babylon 5, and the only thing left to do is talk about it. All right, everybody, we just finished Season 1, Episode 11 of Babylon 5 Survivors. Ooh, I think that this one really, I mean, obviously our A-plot with Garibaldi being framed was very interesting. Gave us a lot on Mike, gave us a lot on Kemmer, gave us a lot of backstory, you know, exactly why Mike was sort of blackballed, why kind of Jeff was the one to pull him out and put him in, you know, kind of get his career back on track. Now we got a little bit more context for just how bad it was for Garibaldi before Babylon 5. Interesting stuff, my friends. Okay, so here's the thing that I was kind of misunderstood about, and maybe I got my wires crossed in this episode, so I don't know how to help me out without it being spoilery, so I'm just going to tell you where I'm thinking right now, and I don't know if you all can figure out a way to do that unspoilery. So here's what I was thinking. Initially, when they were talking about Santiago's like policy, during the election episode, which I think was like episode 1, they were talking about like the everybody had to vote. It was a election day and all that good stuff. They were talking about Santiago having sort of like a pro-human, like not an anti-alien so much as more like it was almost like an isolationist type of thing, like a nationalistic type of platform that he was on, at least the way that I interpreted it. But now when I look at it and we heard what was going on here, it almost sounds like, you know, there's a new, what was it, the Alien Immigration Act? Yeah, alien immigration, and I think there was some type of trade in there too act, where it was like to promote like an ease of it sounded like kind of like lessen the restrictions upon alien immigration to Earth, and then open up additional trade practices with other, you know, alien cultures or systems and whatnot. So that seems the exact opposite of what Santiago's platform was to begin with. Now, I probably got something confused somewhere. So I'm looking at this now. I'm not going to go one way or the other, like he's pro-alien or pro-Earth or whatever. I'm going to wait for more information to come up here with Santiago. So my question too is this: it looked like Cutter, at least the plan that the pro-Earth or the, you know, Home Guard was going to do, this explosion was going to take out, like they said, they'd lose the entire wing, they'd lost half the station. That had to have affected like the docking of the president, right? The president was on approach coming in. That explosion could have easily been meant for him, right? Or at least to affect him in some way. You wouldn't time it for the president arriving and have that explosion go on the new wing of craft that were coming in to take over. I understand that we had new fighter wings and stuff like that coming in, but you wouldn't have timed it for that I'm confused with the motivations of Home Guard in this particular instance. I mean, I know that Home Guard would view Babylon 5 as like sort of like the epitome of the problem. We're trying to, reach agreements and compromises and have, relationships with the Centauri and the Narn and everybody else, the Minbari. So it was Babylon 5 represents almost like the floating UN, United Nations, that could be seen as that's the problem. We get rid of that, then we don't have any of this cross contamination or these, political objectives to have, everything kind of reverts back to, basically, a gunfight where everybody's like pointing a gun at one another, just high tension. And I understand where that would be a much more favorable political climate for Home Guard to operate in, having everything on edge, making it, making the Narn and the Minbari and everybody in the Vorlon as, much of the other, much of the enemy as humanly possible. No association continues to breed, imagination, and you start to speculate about what their motivations are. Having Babylon 5 in play, it at least gives the opportunity for diplomacy. It at least gives the opportunity for treaties and trade, across, not just with the humans and all of these nations, but, the Narn and the Centauri, trying to keep the peace. I'm starting to really understand just how important Babylon 5 is. And so, I'm answering my own question here as to, but my thing is, if Home Guard wanted to make an explosion right when the president was coming, even if they didn't mean to hurt the president, there's a very real possibility that the decompression of the station or something like that could have affected the president, could have affected, maybe some of their personnel. You know what I'm talking about? It just seems like it was there because the bomb was going off because the president was there. So it makes me speculate. So does Home Guard not like the president? You know what I mean? My initial opinion would have been the Home Guard would have loved the president because Santiago seemed to have these like pro-Earth isolationist kind of platform. Now I'm not so sure. Either I misread it or he's changed. I'm not sure. But it's really interesting to me, and I mean, anytime we get a chance to see Londo and we see Jakar, like, doing what they do, like that subtle manipulations, like that kind of clandestine between two people, very conspiratorial. We got to see their different approaches. And Londo, whenever he is given the opportunity, Londo becomes more, in my opinion, reveals more of himself the fewer people are in the conversation. So when you get down to a one-on-one, you start to see those quiet moments where, like, I think the real Londo starts to like bubble to the surface, where you start to see, like these kind of moments of actual compassion. And I think of when Londo was talking to the parents of Sean, the boy that was terminally ill. And, he was, I would love to help, but, I'm on a budget. I have these constraints, I don't know how this would work. You get to see moments of compassion where Londo seems to be almost at odds with the job, where he's like, I'm really good at this, but damn, dude, I just hate doing this shit. Like, I hate having to make these treaties and talking with these people and telling people no, and, not being able to do anything honorable. Like, not that I think Londo is honorable, but I think that anybody, even a dishonorable person, when you are told you can never do anything right, everything you do in your life has to be, self-serving or manipulative, or at some point that's going to weigh even on the darkest soul, right? Where I'm not even allowed to do one thing right. Like, I can't get a cat out of a tree, like I can't do anything. I think that when Londo is given the opportunity to kind of show a little bit of humanity and compassion, no pun intended, he does so. And it's with a measure of regret. Like, every time he's like with Garibaldi, he was like, if they come, ask me, I swear that I never saw you. And, you're an all right guy, Londo. Yeah, Londo is an all right guy. He's just painted really poorly. And I think that Jakar is a very similar painting, except it's done in reverse. It's like a photo negative Londo. Jakar is this guy that is just, he's manipulative down to like the one-on-one level. But at the same time, when he chooses, I think about the ant conversation he had with Catherine. When he needs to do something that, even if it's self-serving, he's nice enough to make it sound like it was just a favor. And I think that that is so interesting. And I think it's indicative of the Narn and Centauri cultures that you have these different approaches. It's almost like if we could encapsulate the entirety of the Narn, it would be Jakar. If the entirety of the Centauri, it would be Londo. We get these little peeks and hints about the Centauri would love to help, but we just can't anymore. It's just, it's to me, it's very interesting, and by no means do I apply like a hard definition to the Narn or the Centauri or anybody we've met so far. But working with these ambassadors, they are our glimpse into those cultures. We don't go to their home worlds. We don't see any of these things. But when we do get a glimpse into the culture, I think of the poem songs that we had from the Minbari. When we get a glimpse into the culture, it's very profound. It's very profound, and it helps to reinforce the ambassador's position. It just so expertly crafted in a storytelling sense, in that it's giving us advancement. It's giving us advancement in these characters. It's giving us advancement in the culture. It's giving us advancement in the story of Babylon 5, but it's not leaping. It's taking nice little steps, nice little baby steps forward. So you get a glimpse here and a glimpse there. And if they start down one trail or one road or one story beat, they'll leave it. JMS will jump right back out and start down another one. So you're never really comfortable in learning. It's not a sequential learning situation. It's serialized, sure, but it's certainly not building upon the story each time. It's giving us different angles of the story, coming at it from different approaches, coming at it from different perspectives, coming at it from different, political climates and cultural kind of situations with all of these different races. And it seems to me that at the moment, the biggest troublemakers in the galaxy are the Narn and us. We do not seem to be, with this home guard shit popping up and these explosions on Babylon 5 and attacks on aliens and shit like that. It looks like and again, the Narn being the aggressors and, at the very top of the series against the Centauri, they have an active aggression going on, but so do we. It's like, oh my God, it's like, you can't paint humanity as the good guys right now, because right now we're wearing the face of our worst members of our population. It's very difficult. And at the heart of all of this are our command crew in Babylon 5. Jeffrey Sinclair might have the toughest job in the galaxy, and I am here for it. I am starting to really dig this character now. I mean, I think that he is he's getting the shit into the stick, and somehow he is able to wield it. I don't know how, but by God, he's doing a great job. Friends, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel, and it allows me to alert you next time it's time to board Babylon 5. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. But my dear friends, all that is then and this is now, and now it's time to say goodbye. So where should we say goodbye from? Well, friends, I say we go down to the bar. We go right down to the bar where Mike was in that seedy establishment, because by God, I want a shot from one of those glasses. Sure, is it bad for me? Of course, but is it a good story? Hell yes. And friends, we are in the middle of a great story. Until such time as we can read the next chapter, Vulcan Rome, and I'll see you.